everyone, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are back, it's nice to have you here once again. Today we're going to do a pick-a-pile reading, and I'm specifically going to ask questions around helping you to establish whether or not you should move on. We are going to ask Spirit whether or not you should move on from the person that you are thinking of, that you are holding in your heart space. So we're going to do 3 piles. Allow yourself to settle into your intuition. Take a few deep breaths, ask your guides and keepers to guide you. And then to help you to choose a pile, to know which pile is for you. Okay? So that you can recognize first and foremost if it is your pile, and then whether or not the message resonates and which parts of the message resonate with you, because it is a general reading. Okay? So the question that we are asking for this collective and for my 3 piles is whether or not they should move on. Should they move on from this person? Okay. Now, I'm doing 3 piles. I'm just going to give you an indication to help you to choose to make your decision with regards to your pile. For pile number 1, I'm using the Winged Seer. This is for those of you who are clairvoyant. You are able to see beyond what simply meets the eye. You are intuitive, and there's a lot that you have seen, that you recognize, that have come to pass and to fulfillment. You know, you've experienced much, and you've had an idea of how things would go, and they've worked out in that way. Spirit is saying you need to trust your intuition, but you also need to be very, very clear upon what is your intuition and what are just your doubts and fears. And in order to do that, you need to meditate and center yourself. For my pile 2s, I'm Kali. And this is the picture for pile 2. From death comes rebirth. Major death and rebirth process that's taken place in your lives recently. And then for pile 3, I am using the Eclipse Mermaid. You are experiencing powerful energy shifts at the moment. Right, so that's pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Okay, let's begin. So hopefully you've chosen your pile. If you need to pause, so that you can just center yourself, ask your guides and keepers, and connect with what your pile is, then do so. I'm going to get on with the reading. Okay. So we're going to look at the general energy between you and the person. The person that you have, that my pile 1s have on their mind at the moment, and they are wondering if they should move on from this person, if they should let it go, if they should be investing their energy in letting it go, or if they should be investing their energy in healing the connection. Okay, what is the general energy for pile 1 between themselves and their person? Spirit is also saying to me, pile 1, there are many people that have their eyes on the 2 of you. You might not be aware of this. There are many people that have their eyes on the 2 of you. You need to cleanse, cover the connection, cover yourself from the evil eye. Okay, so general energy between the 2 of you is that this connection even though it is divinely guided, even though there is your guides and keepers, both you and your person's guides and keepers were very much in favor of this connection and all that it brings to the both of you, it's affected your intuition because you're now doubting whether or not you were just imagining what this is, because you understood that there was divine purpose here. But things didn't come into balance. There was injustice. The outcome that would have served both of you best did not come to pass because of an energy of yo-yoing, an energy of back and forth, indecision. Possibly indecision on your person's part, but could also be on your part. I want to ask Spirit, how does this person feel about my pile 1? What is it that they feel for my pile 1? Wow. Pile 1, your person feels as though you left them out in the cold. They feel abandoned. They feel lost without you. They feel sad. They are missing you. They are longing for you, and they don't know. They don't realize or know if they can ever make their way back to this. This person is in despair over this connection. So obviously there was some sort of fallout or disconnect or breakup here. Let's take a look at what this person thinks of my pile 1. What does pile 1's person think of them? Pile 1, your person thinks that there was too much conflict here. And it's very possibly because they tried to move too quickly. It's also because even though they had feelings for you, there were still other people that they were holding space for. This person very possibly showed up as a player, still having other options, and they think that you won't be able to forgive them for this. This is what they think about. They think about the conflict between the two of you as a result of them still being in the early stages of figuring out, of allowing their emotions to develop and grow for you. Them still being emotionally very immature and acting impulsively and taking action that precedes their emotional capacity. Because that's what they're used to doing. And this person misses you, and life is not the same without you, but they don't know if they're mature enough or ready for this. That's what they think about. What is their intention towards my pile 1? What is pile 1's person's intention towards them? This person's intention, as I said, is they don't know if they're ready for this, because they just see that there will be more conflict, because they're still emotionally very immature. They have feelings for you and they really, really miss you, but they're not ready to offer you what it is you want, not from an emotional perspective. They feel a lot of passion towards you and they really, really want to come rushing in, but they are reserving themselves from doing that because they know they're not yet ready to close that gap between you and to offer you what it is you want. They're also not yet ready to close the cycle of theirs where they are in this player energy, where they are still figuring out what it is they want, where they like having these options. There are too many options here, and the intention is not to close that out. So even though this person misses you, they feel as though they're confused and they need the time to figure out what they want. And they think that this sort of behavior will eventually lead them to the place where they have absolute clarity. What a lot of people don't realize is this behavior actually just perpetuates that and keeps them stuck, creates often sexual addictions, and getting them stuck in a fantasy idea of what relationship is, so that when they really want a relationship or when they meet something real, they can't see it for what it is. They don't know what it is because they've been playing around for so long. Power 1, basically, Spirit is saying that is the person's intentions. You need to do what is best for you. You have your answer. If you are open to that sort of thing, then you decide. But if that's not what you want, it's best that you move on from this person. You need to trust your intuition. You've known this all along. And Spirit wants you to know that you can achieve great things. You don't have to settle. You can have what you want. You just have to be willing to let go of the belief that holds you apart from that. Let go of connections that don't serve you, because you can have everything you want. Right. That's your message. Do what is best for you. Love and light. And if you're interested in a personal reading, my email is in the description box below. Okay. We are moving on to pile 2. Pile 2, we are taking a look at, we're asking Spirit whether or not you should move on from this person or try and heal this connection. I'm going to ask very specific questions. The energy around you is that there's been a great death and rebirth process, which means that you're open to new energy. You're allowing new energy into your life. And that doesn't mean that a past person cannot bring you new energy, you know. But everything that you've experienced has been to allow for the new to be reborn. What is the general energy around my pile 1's person in this connection with them? What is the general energy? Okay. Wow. Sorry, I said pile 1, pile 2. Okay, let me reshuffle, because I'm seeing the same message from pile 1 come through. Pile 2. Thank you, Spirit. What is the general energy between my pile 2 and their person? What is the general energy with my pile 2 and their person? Thank you. Walking away from a very, very burdensome situation. And you have a lot of clarity about what it is you want, and so does your person, really. It's been a long, long road. It's been a long path, but you can see that victory is actually here. You are able to believe that you can actually have what you want. There is clarity. There is clear thinking. There is a knowing of a clearer communication that is coming about. This is a nice energy. So for pile 2, you already know the answer to this. I suppose you just want confirmation. What is it that pile 2's person feels for them? What is it that my pile 2's person feels for them? What is it that my pile 2's person feels for them? For some of you, wow. For some of you, this is actually a marriage that is closing out. It's been a long time coming, and you at the pinnacle of deciding whether or not you should actually let this go. But you actually, many of you have started this process. This person sees you as the wife. And if you're not the wife, then it's a long-term commitment. It is a commitment, or they see you as that person in their life. But they don't trust you. They don't trust you, and this, based on the general energy between the two of you, they feel burdened by this distrust. And trust is something that stems from within. So there might have been a situation where where there have been other people in this connection, outside parties, perhaps from you or with them. But definitely where they think there's been someone else in your life, or there is someone else in your life. There's a distrust here, where they feel like they're not sure that you are ready to come towards them completely and fully. They are also gaining a lot of new perspective when it comes to you, but they feel such a sense of warmth. They feel that you are home. They feel comfort and nurturing when they think of you. They just see you as that person. Yeah. For many of you, there's been a third party situation here. What is it that Pile 2's person thinks of them? I'm getting a strong energy for many of you Pile 2s that this has come to an end. That you and this person are not energetically aligned, and that's why you've walked away from this. It's been burdensome, and you are clear about the fact that where you have clarity, this person does not. How is it that Pile 2's person, what is it that my Pile 2's person think of them? They think that this connection just hasn't had the growth, the emotional growth that you or they desire and need. They think that you don't feel as deeply for them as there's just not been the emotional growth in the connection. The love has not grown. They also feel very dissatisfied, as though they've invested in this connection and what they got from it was not really what they were hoping for. What you may not know is that this person does think that had it been given the opportunity to grow emotionally, there would have been a lot of satisfaction and fulfillment in a very stable way. And also this person sees you. They think that you are that person that got away, that catch that got away. And that no matter where they move or where they go in love and relationship, they'll never be able to forget you, because no one will be able to match that. But they do think that you are far out of their reach now. For many of you, there's blocked communication here. They watch you from afar, but they're not. They don't think that speaking to you or trying to reach out or trying to come closer is going to make any difference here. You definitely that catch that got away for them, and they are sad about it, but they really don't have the desire or the inspiration to close that gap between you. It's as if they've accepted that it is what it is. What is Pile 2's person's intention? So I've already told you what it is they're thinking, so I think the intention's already been made clear, but let's just see what Spirit says. What is the intention, Pile 2's person, what is their intention towards my Pile 2's? This person is very much in the energy of fantasizing. They daydream about. They daydream about coming towards you, rushing in towards you, making romantic gestures towards you, and for things turning out favorably, for luck to be on their side. But they really don't believe that it's possible. And you see, if you have beliefs in opposition to your desires, then you can't manifest it. They see this as a pipe dream. They don't take it seriously. They don't see it as something they can actually have. And yet it is something they can have. But they don't see it that way. And this makes them seem wishy-washy, non-committal, like they're not emotionally invested. And that's probably why you've lost interest in this person. It's as if they don't believe that they can have this, that they can make this right, that this is still possible. Some advice for my pile 2s. So it's entirely up to you guys. As I said, I see in the energy that many of you have already made up your mind, pile 2. You know, you've got your reasons for making your decisions. This person lacks a lot of faith in themselves, and they find it hard to believe that something amazing can really come to them and be theirs. You know, they're too afraid to pursue this because they feel like the door's closed and they've just got to let it be. And if that's the case, then obviously it's right. But if you're still interested in this in some way, then letting them know that you are open to some extent. Obviously, if it's good for you, if it's safe for you, let that be. Things have obviously happened here that's affected your trust, and they feel like because of what they've done, you'll never ever open that door to them again. But it depends where people are, and it depends on so many different factors, and you know your story. Do what is best for you. To close off pile 2's reading, Spirit says that change is natural and good. And yes, it can hurt, but it doesn't mean it's bad. Spirit is also showing me that you are receiving messages about this, messages if you're interested in this person about where they are at. And you can trust that, you know, perhaps change needed to take place where you guys are concerned. But for pile 2, as I say, I get a strong feeling that most of you have already made up your mind and you just wanted confirmation. This person sees you as a dream, as their wish fulfillment. But they also believe, because of their lack of worthiness, that that's all you can ever be to them, that you will never ever give them, they'll never have the opportunity for more. But they are trying to manifest it without them knowing, because they fantasize, they dream about it and daydream about this happy ending with you. And they feel like they just have to accept that they're going to have to move on and in a different direction because that door is closed. Even though they know that they will never be as happy and as fulfilled in another connection, they will always have this longing for you lingering. So that is your answer from Spirit. Pile 2. So as I said, do what is best for you. And if you're interested in a personal reading, this is a general, so you might be interested in taking a personal look into your situation. My email is in the description box below. We are moving on to pile 3. Pile 3, we are asking Spirit whether or not you should move on from this person, or if you should still try and make it work. Let's see what Spirit reveals to you. I'm going to ask specific questions. We know that your general energy is that there's been a powerful shift in your energy and in energy all round, and it could be pertaining to this connection as well. Perhaps a shift that you've long awaited, and maybe it comes as a shock, but there are things that you don't yet see. So you might still be looking at this person in an old light, and Spirit wants you to know that a powerful energy shift has taken place. Okay? What is the general energy between my Pile 3 and their person? What is the general energy there, Spirit? Thank you. General energy between Pile 3 and their person. Wow. So, in this connection, this is a connection in which both of you saw a very happy life together. This is a power couple sort of connection. Stability, a lot. The two of you have a lot going for yourselves here. But there was some confusion. And Spirit is saying that there's clarity's come to pass here. This person's not so confused anymore, and neither are you. But it's as if you don't see it yet. They've really been thinking about the good times that you guys have had together and all of the amazing things that you could do together, will do together, did do together. But for some reason, they've been trying to block that, to not daydream and fantasize about you too much. The energy between the two of you is that of the happily ever after, the power couple, everything, stability in money, emotional stability, everything. But there was some confusion here in the past that for some reason, Spirit is saying to me, could easily be resolved. It's not what either of you think, but the two of you haven't done that. Something is blocked here. Okay. So something might have happened, and the two of you just sort of let it be. Didn't try and resolve it. Didn't want to resolve it. And it's actually a huge misunderstanding. And it could have been just because you were both sensitive to the energy or the blockages in the energy at the time. Thank you, Spirit. For Pile 3, what is it that their person feels for them? For my Pile 3s, what is it that their person feels for them? Let's see what your person feels for you, Pile 3. This person is feeling very, very protective and guarded when it comes to this connection, which is probably why they've just taken a pause. They don't want to cause any further damage here. And at the same time, They feel that you're the person that they should be working with and investing time with. They feel a sense of stability with you, a sense of abundance, a sense of well-being. And they feel like there is a strong sense of equality here. There's a message that they're wanting to give you, and it's probably pertaining to this misunderstanding. This is very possibly somebody that you were working with, or that you work with, pile 3. Okay, how is it that this person, what is it that my pile 3's person thinks of them? They think that this is something that they have to take their time with, that they need to be willing to work towards, that they need to be methodical about, because this is more to them than just emotions and feelings, and this to them has to do with their sense of stability and what it is that they want to build in this life. It's strongly connected to their purpose and their sense of abundance, and they feel like they need to take the foundation very seriously that they build here. At the same time, they feel a strong desire to take action. So they think about the action that they need to take, and they think about what it is that they need to take so that they, this can be stable and not just be impulsive. They think that it's possible that you're not ready to come towards them fully. They think that it's possible that you are still invested elsewhere, or too afraid to let go of something that you've been holding on to for a long time to come towards them. And they do wonder if they can trust that you are ready to actually start building upon this foundation with them. So they are having to take their time. Also, they think that you might feel stuck possibly in some other situation. What is their intention with my pile 3s? Their intention with you is to have these cycles close that hold you apart, that prevent you from building this empire with one another. And to have those positive outcomes, to find your ways back to one another. Their intention is to come towards you and make this stable offer. They want to build something stable with you. Emotionally, they're not really allowing themselves, and that's why I say they shut off the fantasizing about you, visions, and thinking about you too much. They just, because they don't really want to get into the feelings of it. For some reason, I feel as though they feel like the situation is not conducive to that, and that's just going to cause them unhappiness. But they are clear that this is a connection that has the ability to become something stable and beautiful, and everything that they've ever wanted, and everything that you've ever wanted. But the intention is definitely come towards you at the right time, and to make that stable offer that will grow into this Ten of Pentacles. Once cycles have closed and your fortune together comes into the upright, where things turn around for you, and that just takes a bit of time. This person seems very, very, this person could be an earth sign. They're patient. They see you as wife material. They see you as home. Marriage. Absolutely. So that's their intention, to make you their wife in time, to work towards that. They might feel that they're competing with someone else or with something else, but that doesn't deter them from this. They believe it's just a matter of time. What Spirit wants you to know is that the powerful shift has already taken place. There are things that are unseen from both of you. And if it's your desire to clear that up, then go ahead and do that. Clear the air between you guys. Have that conversation so that you can see your way forward. Oopsie. Basically, Spirit is saying, if you are ready to move forward, and that's something you want to do, then this is very favorable for you to do that. It's as if this person's just waiting for you to be ready to move forward. There is something that needs to be closed out or let go of to come towards this person, or them to come towards you, that they think about. Or they think about the fact that that's what you believe, but I'm feeling that they're very open to this. So Spirit is saying that sometimes what seems scary and what seems dangerous actually is the path to power. It is your healing. It is your wisdom. You've obtained a lot of wisdom in this process, and you can trust that. So this looks to me like a go ahead. If you still want to work on this connection, it looks favorable to me. It just requires the patience, the deliberation, the willingness, and as I said, the willingness to at least clear the confusion here between the two of you. Clear the air. There is a definite misunderstanding here, and only when you talk about it will you realize that. Talk about it from a place void of that, where there's no expectation, just an openness to what is. Okay, pile 3, that is your reading, and I hope you enjoyed that. As I said, it is a general. If it resonates with you, please comment below. Let me know. If you're interested in a personal, my email is in the description box below. Do what is best for you. Love and light, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.